Persona 3 really wants you to understand that this is a game about death. So within the first minute, they give you a cute anime girl ready to put a gun in her mouth.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, but first I have a question. Are we really short or is that door huge?
Hey, I have a question. Do you know if she has a boyfriend?
Well, she does now. She doesn't know it yet, so don't tell her.
Who cares? No one takes rumors seriously anyway.
The past two games are almost exclusively about how you should take rumors seriously.
Till we meet again.
Do you think that Igor has two very long nostrils under that nose? Or two regular ones at the base?
Are you okay?
I just shot myself in the face and summoned Satan. Do you think I'm okay? 1. Who are you? 2. How did you get in here? 3. Is this bed giant or are we really small?
You can't fight empty-handed, so find something you like.
That's not true. You fight empty-handed. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Persona to occasionally get really creepy. Sick. Thanks, Junpei. Okay, that's karma for the other shadow falling over. Well, there we go. There we go. We've distilled the Persona 3 experience into one clip. Makoto falls on his ass trying to be cool, and Yukari says, "I won't miss," and then shoots in a completely different direction and hits an ice fisherman in none of it, and none of the demons that are 5 feet in front of her. See, a lot of people play video games to do things that they wouldn't do in real life, and that's why I'm gonna go see a movie by myself on the weekend, something that I'd clearly never do in my day-to-day life. You're going after the ethics teacher? Kenji, you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, but even you have to see the irony in that, right? I don't know why do something else is even an option. Those are the only two things that anyone should be doing with their life. I don't want to be Tatsuya. I want to be Baofu. That dude's so cool. Remember when he threw a coin through that Taiwanese mafia guy's throat? I remember when I was little, there was a fountain at the airport that had just a shit ton of loonies and toonies in it. And I was always incensed by the fact that I couldn't just go and pick them up. Same goes for West Edmonton Mall. There were so many coins just sitting in the fountains. It should be free game.
I can do it.
You okay there, Yukari? You got a little bit of stage fright? It's okay, it happens to everyone. Damn. There goes the stupidest man I know. I never really noticed it before, but why is Yukari's bow so big? Actually, why are all of our weapons? And Jesus Christ, that train is huge. Why is everything so big? I wonder if the letter combination BJ means something specific in Japanese. Because you can see it here, it's on one of the tarot cards in Persona 2, and it's on someone in Persona 5's clothes. Maybe Makoto. I think it probably has something to do with the Priestess Arcana. But I don't know. I just know that that combination of letters catches my eyes when I see it.
But how did you know which one was the break?
Are you shitting me?
I think it's in the movies where Makoto only knows how to stop the train because of a train game that he saw when he went to the arcade with Kenji. And I hope we get more stuff like that in the remake because it's a nice moment.
Don't care for seafood? They also serve ground beef.
I find it very endearing that Akutsuki just hangs out and makes jokes to himself. Because I do that too. And personally, it makes him a lot harder to hate in the late game. Here's a fun fact. You see this guy here? at the front of the class? Did you know that he'll take you to the fast traveling map if you talk to him? Yeah, me neither. I went through the entirety of Persona 3 before I learned this. Listen, there are a lot of changes that I'd be open to for Persona 3 Reload. I hope to God that they don't change the leet speak. It's so stupid and annoying and of its time that it wraps around to being endearing. Especially when you get to the end of the link and learn who you were playing with the whole time.
I've been waiting for this.
He said it. Akihiko said the thing. Are you happy? Incorrect. The ability to murder me swiftly and effortlessly is exactly what I look for in a partner. You're behind on the times, girl with white socks. I'm tired. Awesome. It's funny, Persona 3 is the only game I can think of where you can get excited to have a poor status, because you can only get certain courage stat boosts when you're sick or tired. So I'm opening up the menu and going, shit, I feel fantastic, this sucks.
They're making fun of someone? Don't they have anything better to do?
Yukari, I'm glad that you said that, because we're gonna come back to that later.
This is a tough case, even for Junpei Iori, ace detective.
Ace detective? Are you stupid or something? More like stupe, ace defective.
What was that about not having anything better to do, Yukari? I think it's great. Backstabbing, disagreements, infighting, smoking in the bathroom. Mitsuru is our nepotism hire. It's just like real politics. Only I don't think that Hidetoshi is getting paychecks from Lockheed Martin. It's 2023. Who hasn't made out in their local library? It's called supporting the arts.
We'll post some pictures that'll make her daddy cry.
Joke's on you, moron. Her dad's dead.
Let's go.
Oh. Akihiko's got that stage fright too. It's okay, buddy, I'll wait.
I'm beat.
I don't care if you're tired, Junpei. We are not leaving till I do all of Elizabeth's requests. Going to the shrine to advance your relationships is such a funny concept. Like, yeah, hi God, what's up? I need your help getting with the light-skinned track manager, and only you can help me.
Be careful. Normal attacks won't work on these shadows. And all of our instruments have been destroyed.
Those bastards. We'll never get our Linkin Park cover band going now.
What are we gonna do about Natsuki? She saw the dark hour and the shadows.
That's a good point, Yukari. I guess we'll have to kill her. Oh, I get what you're saying. You want to join the band. We've been looking for someone who can sing Jay-Z's parts.
Wait a minute. Aren't we dragging her into this a bit fast?
Shouts out to Yukari, the only character who seems to have any sort of moral problems about the fact that they are peer pressuring people into joining a child soldier PMC. You have established a bond with the small child who watches you sleep. So he's weak to nothing, strong to nothing. We don't know his level, his health, his SP, and we don't know what attacks he's using. Thanks for the in-depth report, Fuka. Really glad to have you on the team.
I must take care not to lose my cheeks before sampling each and every one of them.
Why does Elizabeth talk about things like Tim Rogers? Every day, the class ends. Yukari just stares at the wall. Come out of the classroom, where's Fuka? Just staring at the wall. Where's Mitsuru, smartest girl in school? Oh, she's downstairs staring at the wall. Hey, it's that dog.
How about it, Iori? Was this room in fact vandalized?
Well, my room always looks like this.
What?
This is the exact same joke that Persona 2 did for Maya and Ulala's room. They just did it again with different characters.
What are you saying? Who the hell are you?
I always knew this day would come. The scene kids are rebelling. I took photography when I was in high school because it was an easy pass, and the teacher just didn't give a shit at all. You'd come sign out your camera, and then it was basically spare, as long as you handed in a certain amount of things before the end of the year. And one time, we had a double block, so the entire class took the train downtown, and we were just let loose with no supervision. So my friend and I just went and played Fire Emblem in a Tim Hortons for like an hour and a half. And then I took a photo of a building on the walk back, submitted it, got a B, and went home. That class ruled. So, Fuka's S-Link is all about how she can't cook. I really hope that you guys like that as a character trait, because they give it to almost every female character after this game. Wow, she really didn't like the idea of us meeting alone at night, huh? Incidentally, is that offer still on the table? I got a thing for women who could kill me. Tanaka's gotta be one of my favorite S-Links, just because it's such a weird situation. Yeah, the local television celebrity has been hanging out at the mall and tricking students into helping him commit investment fraud. You should hang out with him if you have free time. He might teach you how to do it yourself. Damn it, Yukari, why did I give you gear that makes you dodge electricity if you aren't gonna dodge electricity? Why are you like this? Why did you specifically ask to go up against the boss who counters your weakness? Now this may be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think the cutscene of the teenage girl showering was necessary. It's probably gonna be in the remake though, and it might even be worse. Listen, I believe in complete honesty towards children. So yes, it is your fault.
Mr. Chairman, I didn't realize you were here.
That's because this game operates like a Sergio Leone movie, where characters can't see each other if they're hiding out of frame.
Senpai.
This is one of the reasons that I think Persona 3 is the best modern Persona. You get to see a lot of how the party interacts with each other in moments where you aren't there. You get this real sense that they have things going on in their lives that you just aren't a part of. And I never really got that feeling from Persona 4 and 5. Like, I love them, but the relationships between a lot of the characters feel kind of shallow. We know how Mitsuru and Junpei react when they're together alone. We know how Yukari and Fuka act when they're together alone. But how do, like, Naoto and Teddy interact when Yu isn't there? How do Akechi and An interact when Joker's not there? It's a minor complaint, but it feels like we're going backwards sometimes when something was done the best the first time.
Hey. I know I've been kind of a dick lately. But we're still cool, right?
This is another reason that Persona 3 is the best modern Persona. Characters realize that they're wrong or being assholes and apologize for it. I'm looking at you, Persona 4. We are not beating the child soldier allegations after this one. Remember when I braced you for things to get really weird and uncomfortable? Yeah, it's not great. It got worse. It was already bad, but it got worse.
That has been our guiding principle since the Korijo family separated from the Nanjo group.
Persona 1 mentioned. Everyone shut up. We got a Nanjo name drop. #1 man in Japan. Listen, I love the Persona series, but the less said about their portrayal of trans people or gay people, the better. That's a stone best left unturned.
What? I can't believe this!
What's going on? He didn't even say anything to her.
You guys are allowed to be jealous, but you have no idea how this complicates my relationship with the treasurer. or the track team manager, or Fuka. Oh, what the hell, I can handle a fourth. Ken really doesn't seem to care that there's a real-ass robot hanging out over on the couch. Dumbass 10-year-old spends his night staring at the bulletin board when we got Johnny Mnemonic having a tea party like 20 feet away. And with that, we have the only party members that we'll need for the rest of the game. I don't care what other child soldiers we recruit, I'm not diverging from this party. Thanks, Kazushi. I wasn't thinking of doing that until you said it. What inspiring advice.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I did do well. It was nice that none of you came to cheer me on. I really appreciated that. If Atlas weren't cowards, they would sell real-life versions of those Arahabaki statues, and I would buy like 8 of them. So I guess it's kind of a good thing that Atlas doesn't make those. I know that this bunker is supposed to be an area that the public doesn't really know about, but at least clean up the skeletons before you abandon it. I think this is my favorite Arcana design in the game. Just look at that little guy, with his big head and his giant-ass gun. I love him. I just want to put him in my bag and take him to the bakery like a shitty little wiener dog. You weren't even on the field, Junpei. Why are you tired? Is being the worst member of the team a particularly exhausting job?
That collar is designed to help control his persona. In other words, it's an evoker for dogs.
So you designed a collar that helps the dog shoot itself in the head? Oh, the Kirijo group really is on the forefront of innovation that helps no one.
Well, perhaps I may, in truth, be enjoying our time together because we are together.
I really think I'm stretching my limits with 4. But what the hell, I can handle 5. I don't know that I fully appreciated this the first time that I played it, but having played all of the Persona games, this explanation of the meaning of all the cards is really nice. And it does a lot to hammer in how important the Arcana and their meanings are going to be throughout the rest of the game. Sorry, Yukari, I already have plans. Of course I'll go with you, Fuka. Let's just pretend that you asked before Yukari did. I don't want a kaleidoscope. I want that copy of Raido Kuzunoha in the back. Can't see my boy Oboro Gurumo with a kaleidoscope, can I? When they say that they're playing French films, I hope that they mean that they're playing Jean-Pierre Melville, or maybe some Jacques Tati. And not like a French dub of Little Nicky. Because I had a friend in high school who, he told me he was really into French films. And what that meant was actually that he just watched movies like Paul Blart in French. Tearjerker Marathon. Shit, I knew there was a reason I dated you. Normally I would make a joke about how weird it is to take your dog to the theater, but I literally just got back from seeing Lady Snowblood at the downtown indie theater, and there was a dog there, just lying down in the aisle, watching the movie. So maybe it's not that weird.
I called this meeting so that I could introduce him, since he'll be joining our squad.
I feel like we should have an age gate. Something that says, you cannot join our paramilitary organization if you're still in elementary school. My notes from the last time I played this game say that I shouldn't bring Yukari as a healer, but I think I'll be fine. That would be why I told myself not to bring Yukari as a healer. That's a good call, past me. It's too bad that future me is stupid. Or would that be present me? Either way, still stupid.
Medea, come.
Chidori, stop!
I can't believe that this game has gone on long enough, that Junpei actually did something helpful. Who saw that coming? I can't believe this will be the last time we hang out. Whenever I commit tax fraud, or threaten to put a minor's personal information on a dating site for ex-cons, I'll think of you, Tanaka.
Relax, it happens. They're not like us. They can't fully control their personas. That's why they need to take suppressants, to keep their personas from killing them.
Persona 3 has a lot of ideas that I'm sad never really carried over to the other games, and I think this is my favorite one. That some people who didn't develop their personas naturally can't control them and are just in constant danger of their personas killing them, unless they take drugs for it. It's such an interesting idea that gets kind of steamrolled. This is another one of the things that I love the most about Persona 3. The dorm hub. You come back from school, look around, and your entire party's just hanging out. I think it creates a much more lived-in world. Like, look, Ken's just drinking coffee, Yukari's texting, Aigis and Koromaru are hanging out, Fuka's shitposting, and Shinji's just staring at that bulletin board. Don't know why people love to stare at it so much, but good for them. So this is the infamous sleeping table. A roadblock that I've never really understood, because if you debuff it, buff your party, and have Meteorama on your healer, then you're all good. Like, look, he just hit me with Megadola, and when we get Yukari to heal, it's like nothing happened. Rinse, repeat, and the fight's over before you know it. This scene is actually highlighting a problem with Persona 4 and 5 that I never really realized I had, and that's that so many of your social links are kids from Gekkoukan. And even if a bunch of them aren't that interesting, I do really like the sense of community it builds. I think that 5 in particular is missing that feeling of the school as an important communal hub, and I hope that they bring that feeling back in Persona 6. Seeing multiple party members and social links interact like this, it's just nice. Multiple partners at once. Wow, that's just terrible. Who'd do that? Incidentally, it would be very cool if you don't ask Yuko, Chihiro, or Fuka who they're currently dating. Because they're liars. Oh no, what did Yukari tell you?
Don't worry, boy. Next time I'll make you something too, Koro-chan.
I really hope that the remake keeps these recordings, and maybe even adds some, because they add on a lot of nice, weird character to your party. I love the idea that Akihiko practices hitting on girls after striking out on the Yakushima trip. Or that Shinjiro watches cooking shows with Koromaru. They're nice additions that you could just easily miss. Listen, I know I said that my favorite arcana was the Chariot and Justice, but this fight is a solid third place. The Wheel of Fortune being an actual Wheel of Fortune that affects the battle. Come on, man. That's the good shit. Check this shit out. Crit number 1. Crit number 2. Crit number 3. Crit number 4. I'm the god of video games. Oh no, please don't crit me. I take it back. I am not the god of video games.
You've been taking those pills for some time now. You don't have much longer.
Remember those pills that I mentioned earlier? Yeah, the side effect is that it kills you over time. So either your persona kills you or you die a slow medicated death. It's a real win-win situation. I don't know why you're crying. I'll just cast Recarm.
Now let Ken do what he wants. Bringing him back won't change anything. and we can't keep treating him like a kid.
He's 10. I think we can. Alright. Who's ready to start the saddest S-Link in the entire series? Y'all ready to trivialize this boss fight? I diagnose you all with gay. Ignoring the fact that this girl wants me to get her pregnant and we've never even gone on a date before, why does everyone in this world put their dressers behind their beds? Is that a Japanese thing? How do you get to your clothes?
Hey, I should take a picture before I give it back to Senpai.
Believe it or not, Persona 3 is the least fan-servicey of all modern Persona games. What do you think this next mini-boss should be? I don't know. What if it was a giant albino version of Hulk Hogan covered in hot rod flames? Does that work? Well, there we go. Top of Tartarus. Would be a shame if something were to happen that would cause more floors to appear.
These two are serious. Fight hard.
That's a good joke, Fuka.
My persona has gained a new ability. This ability is special. Even I don't know what it will do.
Thanks, Fuka. That's really helpful. I'll make sure to take that into account later.
The arrangements are complete. The prophecy shall be fulfilled.
You know, with no context, this looks less like they're being crucified and more like they're just T-posing in the air, which takes away a little bit of the drama from this scene.
Mitsuru-senpai's not here, huh?
She's an only child, so there's a lot of matters to be settled, including the funeral and the family business.
I think Persona 3 is the only game that I've ever played that really captures the idea that yesterday could have been the worst day of your life. Today could be the worst day of your life. The way that you experience and contextualize living could be falling apart right in front of you, but you still have to continue with the daily mundanities of just like going to school or to work. Hey, remember when I said we were done with Tartarus? I lied.
Perhaps what I really wanted to learn at school was more about you.
I am currently wondering how I would explain the interspatial elevator attendant if someone confronted me about my harem. And I don't think that I could, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. This is like the 5th time during your social link that someone has fallen over sick. Do you have an area of effect that makes people ill? Are you Purple Haze? Kaisuke, stop killing the elderly.
They seem pretty busy with the class trip and all.
Oh, I forgot about the class trip. I gotta get ready, mentally. Bad Japanese hot springs humor is on the horizon.
I don't really remember.
Are you serious? That's the highlight of the year.
My school spent its entire budget on renovating a library that was just renovated like 3 years earlier, so our grade 12 trip was to a shitty camp in the middle of nowhere, and it rained the entire time. There was a hole in the cabin that let in a draft. One of the bunk beds straight up fell apart. The food was terrible. I had to third wheel a bunch of my friends or hang out with people who just didn't like me. It was awful. Yukari's right though, it was the highlight of the year because it gave me something to bitch about for several months. Get her ass, Yukari. Healer on healer violence.
I'm sorry. Well, I guess we should go and take a bath together now.
In 300 years, historians will analyze this line and come to the logical conclusion that Mitsuru and Yukari were nothing more than close friends. The horizon is here. Video games were a mistake.
Takaya was right. You're a nuisance.
I actually really like Strega as villains. The problem is that they're just piss easy. Like if they were harder and showed up more often in the story, then I wouldn't have any problems with them. And I hope that's the direction that Reload goes in. But as is, they're less of an actual threat, and more just a plot device when someone needs to get injured, or Junpei needs to have some character growth. I think that Junpei's awakening is probably my favorite Persona awakening in the entire series, because it happens in the middle of a fight, and the first thing that he tries to do is just murder someone.
Chidori. Junpei.
This feels like a really personal and intimate moment that we didn't need to have at the dinner table. Try this one on for size. Alright, in the future I will not ask you to try anything else on for size.
And you, your true name is Death.
What a novel, original twist that nobody could see coming. Incidentally, when will Hideaki Anno be receiving his royalty check? Oh no, she wasn't hanging out near a kid named Kaisuke, was she? Because I have some suspicions about that guy. Obtained Yukari's strap. It's gonna be one of those nights, huh? Fuka, you have no idea. I mean, I got proposed to by a kindergartner yesterday, and we're definitely not gonna elaborate on that. So, Mitsuru is getting married to a fiance that she doesn't like, all to help her company as it recovers from her father's death. And I want you all to remember this when we get to Persona 5.
We should fight.
I agree.
Okay. I know that that was Junpei coming to the conclusion that they should both fight against Nyx, rather than losing their memories. But it kind of sounded like Junpei was saying that he and Fuka should fight, and that Fuka was down for it.
It's been a long time since we talked like this in your room. Although back then, I didn't appear in this form, and wasn't known by this name.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It would have been less creepy if you did appear in this form with this name. It's easier to ask, why is this twink in my room, than, why is this child in my room?
Stop staring at me.
Yeah, stop staring at my girlfriends, Junpei. You already have one that died and lives inside you now. Don't covet thy neighbor's ass, you ass. Yeah, you hear that? The overworld music changed. Y'all ready for shit to get sad? Oh, I forgot that they changed the Iwatodai dorm theme too. Maybe I'm not ready for shit to get sad. Atlas, if you're listening, nobody would be mad if you didn't remake the Gourmet King S-Link. Just delete it. And when new fans ask, where's the Moon Arcana? We can all collectively say, what Moon Arcana?
Hey, we've really never had a chance to talk, have we?
We've lived on the same floor for over half a year. What the hell are you talking about? Alright, shitheads, try this.
We need you! Please!
I forgot they had Tetrakarn. That's my bad. Wow. Your fiance looks like a loser. You should try dating someone closer to your age, with better style. Maybe one who's already dating all the other women in your life. Ah yeah, music doesn't change when you're walking with Koromaru, so it's like the game isn't sad anymore.
I won't miss! Jeez, that went fast!
Yukari, we are several dozen hours into this game. Why are you still doing that?
This is Mitsuru-san and Junpei-kun. They were your friends last year.
Friends? My name is Chidori Yoshino.
Now, I know that Chidori surviving is kind of a divisive subject, but I really love it for two reasons. Number one, it gives Junpei a more concrete reason to fight Nyx, and I just like seeing him happy after all of the shit that he's had to go through. Same with her. And number two, Her speech pattern changes completely for some reason. Like if I died and came back to life, would I not have an accent? Is that how that works? Okay, who's this gonna hit? All of them. Every single one. Cool. This will end well, I'm sure. How could it not? Holy shit, I'll take it.
Nice one. Igus is in trouble.
Oh, again. Maybe getting enraged isn't so bad.
Let us strike.
Alright, baby, let's go. Now come on and give me a fourth. We're out here. Let's go.
Yes, the enemy's down. Attack our chance for an all-out
Is this one gonna kill him? Hell yeah. Easy boss.
is getting stronger too.
You were the instrument of your own destruction. The world is possibly about to end. Everyone you know and love will die. Your way of life will be eradicated. And you're spending your time playing video games? This is a joke about global warming. Listen, nobody is allowed to make fun of me for crying right now. In fact, I'm not crying. I'm actually playing outside, and it's raining.
Are you planning on going to college after you graduate, or entering the workforce?
What is this student counselor bullshit? Am I playing Persona 2 again? Nope, never. You're the first. Just don't ask Mitsuru, or Yukari, or Fuka, or Yuko, or Chihiro, or Elizabeth if that's true. They're all liars. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I've been trying to think about a joke for the fact that Aegis has a clitoris in her neck for the entire game. It's all been lead up to this, and I don't have a joke. It's too weird. I don't know how to address it. Well, that's every single S-Link. I guess I should probably finish the game now or something. Alright, so I put in the work and I got myself Thanatos, who you may all remember from the Snow Queen route in Persona 1, when he was a gross little wormy guy. Talk about a glow up.
You think you're tough? I won't lose this time.
You know, if you weren't lying on the ground and shocked, I might believe you.
But when that power doesn't emerge naturally, it's difficult to control. So the kids had to take experimental medication so their powers wouldn't kill them.
So the whole deal with Strega is that they were experimented on and forcibly awakened to their personas. If only they had played Persona 2, then they would know you can just give that shit away.
We are mere mortals. We cannot change our fate.
Just as I said to your partner, it's kind of hard to take you seriously when I just knock your ass out from under you.
The moment man devoured the fruit of knowledge, he sealed his fate. Entrusting his future to the cards, man clings to a dim hope. Yes, the Arcana is the means by which all is revealed. Attaining one's dream requires a stern will and unfailing determination. All shall perish. The time has come.
Nyx's Arcana changed to the Magician? Be careful, its properties have changed.
Listen, I love most of Persona's final bosses, but the feeling I got the first time I heard that Arcana verse, saw Nyx change Arcana, and heard the incorporation of the Velvet Room theme, I knew that this would be the apex. Prove me wrong, Persona. You can't. This is the best it's ever gonna get. What? Why is Nyx giving us crit? Oh, that would be why. Yeah, I get it now. How do you miss that? It's like 20 feet tall and wider than a barn door. What's wrong with you, Makoto? Nice try. Agi doesn't work. But that does.
The moment man devoured the fruit of knowledge, he sealed his fate. Entrusting his future to the cards, man clings to a dim hope. Yet the arcana is the means by which all is revealed. Beyond the beaten path lies the absolute end. It matters not who you are. Death awaits you.
I don't have a joke for it. I just love that monologue. I mean, shit, I've got goosebumps right now. It's the power of a good game. Very cool. Absolutely love a battle mechanic that makes a long battle even longer. Another moonless gown. Very cool. Ah yeah, more moonless gowns. I hate boss fights where you have to fight the boss. Killing the God of Death. Apparently only worth 5,700 XP. And who could forget everyone's favorite S-Link? Television Static Woman. Oh no, they've been sent to the bowling alley carpet dimension.
Well, do you remember how we became friends? I mean, don't take it the wrong way. I was just thinking.
Well, it's not like we're best friends or anything, so I guess it just kinda happened.
I'll talk more about it when we get to 5, but I really like the idea that you can't manipulate people's memories without creating a whole smear of logical contradictions that will eventually cause them to break out of those rewritten memories. It's a cool idea. Wow, how French do you have to be for your accent to come through in a different written language? You know what? Props to Toriumi for being one of the only teachers in the series to realize that the situation she's in is kinda messed up and just ends it. Listen, I'm not about to cry. It just looks like I am. It's a prank. You've all been fooled.
You don't have to save the world to find meaning in life. Sometimes, all you need is something simple, like someone to take care of.
I'm not even gonna try and lie, I am crying. Yeah, that's still my favorite Persona game. You can complain about the tactic system or the pacing of the story all you want, but honestly, I don't care. I'll go to bat for it over 4 or 5, or 1, or any of the spin-offs in an instant. And it's frustrating that that remake seems to be ignoring all of the FES and portable stuff that people wanted from a remake. But you know what, this version still exists, and is in my mind the definitive version. Nothing will compare to the absolute shell shock that I felt the first time I finished this game. Just one of the best to ever do it.
Anyway, we seem to have gotten on the wrong track, but today's not meant to be a sad occasion. I've ordered excellent sushi for us all, the same as before actually.
Brilliant idea. The sushi will help distract us from the death of our friend, by reminding us of that time we had sushi with him. A foolproof plan.
What's going on?
When they say that a butterfly flapping its wings in Japan can cause an earthquake in Chicago, I don't think they usually expect that immediate of results. Man, I hate it when the dormitory roof turns into cherry jello. It happens more often than you'd think. We really should put in an inquiry about that.
Maybe we should finish her off now, so she can't backstab us.
Well, we don't have to go that far.
No, I agree with Akihiko. Let's immediately escalate to murder. So, the really cool thing about the answer that makes it annoying and inaccessible is that your characters basically start at square one again. So you have to grind to relearn all of their moves again. Also, it's on the hardest difficulty by default, and there's no changing that. Sounds fun, right? I wish that I loved anything as much as Atlas loves this weird Macho Man shadow. Not that I'm mad or anything. In a perfect world, they'd bring it back for Persona 6. I just think it's so weird that he showed up so often. You'd think that after several dozen hours of this game, I'd know to check for affinities before attacking.
One enemy to go.
That's the last one.
Again. I did it again. Not even 5 minutes in between.
Enemy left.
God has cursed me for my hubris, and I'm incapable of learning from my mistakes. Yeah, you know what? I think I do want to retreat from this floor. For no particular reason. Come on, get one of them. Damn.
2 enemies left.
This one will work for sure. Damn. Please, for the love of God, work this time. I was fully ready for that one to fail too. Oh yeah, the other problem with the answer, no compendium. Which makes fusing your demons a whole lot harder. Good luck trying to get Messiah or Thanatos now.
You'll find there will be many opportunities to revisit your past here.
What's that supposed to mean?
Half of this campaign so far has been Metis trying to explain things, and C's just going, "Shut up, I'll kill you."
Well, I'll let it slide. I know you kids are a little different.
I really like Kurosawa, and hope he gets more play in the remake. Because he's the only tangentially related member of C's who has absolutely no idea what's going on, and at a certain point, stops trying to understand what they're doing.
It doesn't seem like darkness will work.
Thank you for that report, Fuka, but it would have been more helpful if you gave it before I sent an arrow boomeranging back into Yukari's skull. It would also be helpful if I read and internalized the reports. That's on me. I can't explain it, but that attack felt targeted. It's very funny that you have to reset your party after every dungeon, as if I'm going to grind levels for every character, depending on the enemies or boss in that dungeon, and what elements they use. No, Akihiko is gonna get hit by Bufus, and Yukari's gonna get hit by Zeos, and they're gonna like it. I'm not changing my party comp. Be free, I guess. Why do I even bother?
3rd year, Class C, Akihiko Sanada.
What do you want?
I know that the game portrays Akihiko as, like, naive when it comes to women, but he's also clearly trying so hard to be cool for them. That immediate shift into the too cool for school lean on the wall, that's calculated. He knows what he's doing.
To tell the truth, I thought that girl was crazy until I first summoned my persona. What was I supposed to expect when you gave me what looked like a gun 5 minutes after meeting me?
Now I may be wrong, but I believe that's an American courting ritual.
Take this! This thing won't give up! Too slow. Nice, Metis. The enemy's off balance. Let's get him!
You know, I feel bad for the big guy, but look at that smile. He's achieved a state of nirvana that man can only hope to achieve.
My persona has gained a new ability. This ability is special. Even I don't know what it will do.
Fuka, we already had this exact conversation about this exact same ability. That's not helpful to me as a tactician.
Don't let it get to you. That's what you get for going after someone like Yukari Takeba.
I'd say that it worked out pretty well for Makoto, but he did die, so I guess that's up for debate. Stop resetting my party. I am not putting Ken or Junpei on my team. Alright, we're all charged. It's big damage time. If I had known that would be the result, I would not have charged that attack. You know what? Maybe the entire team should just stop saying that they will or won't miss, because some of you are liars.
Everyone here has had their potential developed in our labs. That should suffice to protect us.
I know that hiring voice actors is hard and expensive, but when every tertiary character is voiced by one of the main cast doing a silly voice, it kind of distracts you from the important emotional moments. Alright, you know what? Fair. I did try to hit you with the same type of attack. I think it's very funny that sometimes Atlas got tired for their bosses and just went, yeah, just give it like a Hot Wheels wrap. I want it to look like something that Guy Fieri would wear for his Sunday best. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. Well, that was the most lucky that I'm ever gonna get with this series. Shit, I didn't want him getting up yet. Whatever, try to hit him, Yukari. Shit, I knew there was a reason I kept you on the team.
One enemy left! Strike attack! Fire isn't working! Don't use Agi skills!
You know what? I've decided that I don't want to fight this guy anymore. Really? How does that work? How do you poison a robot? She doesn't even have a nervous system.
For a while, I did nothing but chase after him in my dreams.
I guess.
Sister. But after a while, I stopped dreaming entirely.
I guess this answers the question, do androids dream of electric sheep? No. They dream about chasing the teenager who fingered their throat vagina through a dark void. Which I believe was the title in Philip K. Dick's first draft.
Why is it using ISIS?
That's the same question that I've been asking the CIA since the early 1980s. I'm glad that you missed that attack, but the persona that you're using is immune to wind. It's her persona too. Why would that have worked? What was the thought process there? I'm not entirely sure what's going on anymore, but it sure is terrifying.
The world of the past. You've all been there many times now.
I know that this is a little late, but it's funny that the game is so worried that you won't understand the metaphor of time stopping because C's can't emotionally move on from Makoto's death, that they make it the actual reason why time isn't moving forward. I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
I don't know. I get second thoughts when I think about going back to when Chidori died. But I definitely see what Akihiko-senpai is trying to say.
Wait, why? Chidori's still alive. Does the answer not consider Chidori's resurrection canon? Because later games do. Did they kill her, then retcon that in FES, then re-retcon it in the answer, then re-retcon it in Arena Ultimax? What the hell are you doing, Persona?
So you're just gonna run away? Again? Just like the day we said our farewells to him, and you were the only one who didn't show up. You got to hear his last words. You even made him a promise. But here you are, still running.
Here's the thing. Yukari is acting about as rationally as you can ask from someone who just lost their best friend and boyfriend. I can see 100% why she's acting the way she is. However, I also understand why people say that they stopped liking her after playing the answer. That must be Metis' ultimate weapon. Let's check that out. $400 damage. Oh, the other members of FES are dead.
We'll see whose will is stronger.
If you don't take this seriously, you'll be hurt.
I was designed to kill, and you are 10.
I'm not through yet. Let's see how much power you really have.
Alright. How'd you like that?
I won't hold back.
Oh.
I told you before, if they lose, there will be consequences. They haven't died, but they won't return to their original forms until the true key is forged.
We probably could have come to a consensus without all the bloody assault and child violence if we had known that. Got his ass. Now do it again. That was not part of that plan.
I barely even feel a thing.
Well, don't worry. You're gonna feel this. That was for calling Junpei Stupe Ace defective last year.
This was never here before.
This is my patented pro tip. If you find a door that looks like the 2001 monolith and reeks of evil fart gas, don't open it.
I won't lose. Jeez, that was fast.
Yukari. It's so big that when Metis hits it, the camera can't fit both in frame. How do you possibly miss that? It's paralyzed, Yukari. It just said that the boss can't move. That means it's open season, easy mode, baby game for journalists. Why do you choose to use a bow and arrow if you couldn't hit a barn door with a hand grenade?
I'm worried about Akihiko-senpai.
I'm worried about our team of dullards who keep missing attacks on an enemy larger than the building they live in. So that's actually my first time finishing the answer. I've started it a few times and always lost interest because of all the grinding. But honestly, it's not as bad as I thought. You do need to grind, but if you're good at the shuffle time game and know how to trigger it every time, you can do it with very little. But it's still a shame that you have to grind at all to get through, because I like the story a lot, and wish you could just transfer your party progress over. It's a good little additional campaign, but you gotta put in too much work for it.